No one really prepares you for this stage of life. You're not trying to prove anything anymore. You just want your days to feel lighter, healthier, and more meaningful. The problem is most advice for aging is either medical, extreme, or unrealistic. In this video, I'm sharing 5 simple life truths that help older adults stay clear-minded, healthy, and at peace without forcing change or chasing trends. I spent my career helping people. Now I am here to share what I've learned from living 71 years and watching countless others navigate this stage. If you're in your later years and you care about longevity, mental clarity, and living well, this channel was made for you. I share calm, practical guidance for aging with strength and dignity. Let's begin. Truth number 1. Your body's signals are your guide. Many of you have spent a lifetime ignoring what your body tells you, not illness, not pain, but the subtle signals: fatigue, discomfort, overwhelm that you've learned to push through. I want to talk about why that stops working now and what to do instead. Many seniors quietly struggle with ignoring their body's signals. They push through fatigue or dismiss discomfort as just aging. This creates a slow loss of energy, purpose, and confidence. And no one really talks about it. I remember a patient I saw years ago. His name was Robert. He was 68 years old, and he came to my office complaining of constant exhaustion. I asked him, "What does your body need right now?" He looked at me confused. I don't think anyone had ever asked him that question before. Your body has carried you through 70-plus years of life. It knows what it needs. The challenge for most seniors isn't that they don't feel the signals. It's that they've spent a lifetime ignoring them in favor of obligations, expectations, or guilt. Think about what your parents taught you. Push through. Don't complain. Keep going no matter how tired you are. That was the culture we grew up in. But that culture was designed for a different stage of life. When you were young and your body could recover quickly. When obligations mattered more than your health. But here's the truth you need to hear. You've earned the right to listen. You've earned the right to rest when you're tired, eat when you're hungry, and say no when you're overwhelmed. This isn't selfishness. This is self-preservation. And self-preservation at this age is what keeps you independent, clear-minded, and capable of enjoying your days. The seniors who age best aren't the ones who push through everything. They're the ones who've learned to work with their bodies, not against them. Energy is a finite resource now. Protecting it isn't lazy. It's strategic. It's how you stay functional, present, and engaged in the parts of life that actually matter. Here's what you're going to do. Starting today, pause once a day and check in. Ask yourself, how do I actually feel right now? This is simply checking in with yourself before making decisions. It takes 30 seconds. Tired? Rest? Hungry? Eat before the task? Overwhelmed? Simplify? No strain, no pressure, just consistency. Keep a simple energy journal. Just 3 words each morning: rested, tired, or okay. Many older adults find it makes everything feel easier. One woman told me after 3 weeks of doing this, she realized she was ignoring her body's need for rest about 60% of the time. Once she saw that pattern, she could change it. When you honor your body's signals instead of overriding them, you're not giving in to weakness. You're practicing wisdom. That simple practice repeated daily will do more for your long-term health than any supplement, diet, or exercise routine ever could. Because when you respect your body's signals, your body respects you back. Truth number 2, you don't need permission to slow down. Many seniors feel guilty about resting. Not because they're lazy, but because society trained them their whole lives to believe that productivity equals worth. I want to tell you something clearly. That belief is costing you. The cultural message you've absorbed your entire life is that rest is earned, not given, that you have to justify downtime. That saying no requires an elaborate explanation or apology. But here's what no one tells you. At this stage of life, you've already earned it. You've worked, you've raised families, you've contributed. You've shown up, and now your body is asking you to slow down. Not because you're failing, but because slowing down is the next phase of living well. I watched a woman named Margaret come to my clinic. She was 72. She had a full schedule every single day. Book club, volunteer work at the hospital, helping her children with grandchildren, church activities. I asked her what would happen if you didn't do all of this. She looked shocked. Terrified, actually. She said I'd be useless. Those were her exact words. Rest isn't retirement from life. It's a requirement for enjoying it. The guilt you feel when you rest, that's not your intuition. That's decades of conditioning. And it's time to unlearn it. The truth is, you don't owe anyone your exhaustion. You don't owe anyone an explanation for taking care of yourself. And you certainly don't need permission to live at a pace that feels sustainable. The seniors who thrive in their later years aren't the busiest ones. They're the ones who've learned to say no without guilt, rest without shame, and protect their energy like the precious resource it is. They've stopped performing productivity for an audience that doesn't matter. And they've started living for themselves. Here's what you're going to do this week. Rest without apologizing. Take the nap. Skip the obligation. Say no to the plan that drains you. Notice how your body responds. Notice how your mind clears. Notice how much lighter you feel when you stop carrying the weight of everyone else's expectations. That lightness, that's what aging well actually feels like. Truth number 3. Connection matters more than activity. I've watched many seniors stay busy to avoid loneliness. Not because they enjoy the activities, but because they fear being forgotten or feeling useless. Here's what I've learned. Staying busy isn't the same as feeling connected. The misconception about aging is that you need to stay endlessly busy to stay relevant. So seniors fill their calendars with activities, clubs, and commitments, hoping that constant motion will ward off loneliness. I remember one man. His name was David. He had joined 5 different clubs. He had activities every single day of the week. Monday was chess club. Tuesday was a men's breakfast group. Wednesday was volunteering. And so on. But when I asked him, "Do you feel connected?" he got quiet. He said, "I feel busy. That's all. I just feel busy." But activity without connection is just noise. It's exhausting and it doesn't fill the void. What actually matters in later life isn't how many people you see. It's how deeply you connect with the ones who truly know you. One real conversation with a friend who understands your history is worth more than 10 surface-level interactions with acquaintances. One phone call where you laugh about old memories is more nourishing than a crowded event where you feel invisible. Quality over quantity isn't just a cliché, it's a survival strategy for aging well. Because loneliness isn't about being alone, it's about feeling unknown. And the antidote to that isn't more activity, it's deeper connection. The seniors who age with joy and purpose aren't the ones with the fullest calendars. They're the ones with a few meaningful relationships they tend to carefully. They know that feeling truly seen by even one person is more powerful than being surrounded by many who do and really know them. Here's what you're going to do. Have one meaningful conversation per week with someone who truly knows you. Call an old friend, share a memory, listen without fixing. Not trying to solve their problems. Not trying to help them. Just listening. If a relationship drains you more than it fills you, it's okay to step back. Protect your emotional energy. Over time, you'll notice stronger immunity, lower stress, and a sense of belonging that keeps you grounded. Knowing you matter to someone is medicine. Stop measuring your social life by volume. Start measuring it by meaning. Reach out to a friend who remembers who you were before life got complicated. Let that conversation fill you more than a week of shallow interactions ever could. That's the kind of connection that keeps you alive. Truth number 4. Your mind needs rest as much as your body. Many seniors worry constantly about health, money, or family. Not because they're anxious people, but because worry feels like being responsible. I spent decades in medicine watching this pattern, and I can tell you with certainty, chronic worry actually speeds up aging. The belief that worry equals care is one of the most damaging myths seniors carry. You think if you're not mentally rehearsing worst-case scenarios, you're being irresponsible. If you're not constantly running through checklists in your mind, something will fall through the cracks. I had a patient named Susan. She spent 2 hours every morning lying in bed running through worst-case scenarios. What if my daughter loses her job? What if I get sick? What if there's an emergency? She thought she was being prepared. She thought she was being responsible. But here's the reality. Chronic worry doesn't prevent problems. It creates them. It floods your body with stress hormones that weaken your immune system, disrupt your sleep, and accelerate cognitive decline. It keeps you in a constant state of fight or flight, which was never meant to be sustained long term. Your mind, like your body, needs recovery time. It needs moments where it's not solving, planning, or predicting. It needs permission to just be. And those moments of mental stillness aren't indulgent, they're restorative. They're what allow your brain to consolidate memories, process emotions, and reset for clarity. The seniors who maintain sharp minds into their later years aren't the ones constantly stimulating their brains with worry or information overload. They're the ones who've learned to give their minds regular rest. They sit quietly with their morning coffee. They watch the sunset without their phone. They let themselves daydream without guilt. And that mental spaciousness protects their cognitive function far more than any brain training app ever could. Here's what you're going to do. Give yourself 5 minutes of mental quiet each morning. No decisions, no planning, just stillness. Sit by the window, watch the birds, notice the sounds. No strain, no pressure, just presence. Avoid news or social media for the first hour after waking. Many older adults find this protects their mental energy all day. Just 1 hour in the morning before you expose yourself to the world's problems. You may notice sharper memory, better decision-making, and a quieter inner voice that doesn't catastrophize everything. Peace in your own mind is freedom. Let your mind rest the way it was designed to. And notice how much clearer, calmer, and sharper you feel when you stop forcing it to run constantly. Truth number 5. Small daily rituals create lasting health. Many seniors believe big changes are required for better health. But I've seen it over and over. It's the small, consistent choices that actually work, not the dramatic overhauls. The daily rituals. The fitness industry has convinced seniors that health requires dramatic transformation. Join a gym, overhaul your diet, start running, buy supplements, commit to rigid programs. And when those demands feel impossible at this stage of life, many seniors give up entirely. They think if they can't do it all, there's no point in doing anything. But that's backwards. The truth is, small daily rituals compound into profound health outcomes over time. I saw this happen with a man named Thomas. He was 75. He wanted to be healthier. So he decided he was going to go to the gym 5 days a week, completely change his diet, start running, quit sugar. Everything at once. Do you know what happened? He lasted 2 weeks, then he quit and he felt ashamed. He felt like he'd failed. Then I suggested something different. Just drink a glass of water first thing in the morning. That's all, just one thing. He did it for a month. Then he added 10 minutes of stretching, then a 5-minute walk. After 6 months, his health had transformed, not from the big promises, from the small, consistent choices. Drinking a glass of water every morning hydrates your cells, supports circulation, and improves cognitive function. Stretching for 2 minutes daily maintains flexibility and reduces fall risk. Stepping outside for fresh air boosts vitamin D, regulates your circadian rhythm, and lifts your mood. None of these actions are glamorous. None of them will make headlines. But they work, and they work because they're sustainable. They don't require motivation. They don't depend on willpower. They're so simple you can do them even on your worst days. And that consistency, that showing up for yourself every single day in one small way, builds something far more valuable than physical health. It builds self-trust. It proves to yourself that you're still capable of positive change, that you can still set an intention and follow through, that your age doesn't disqualify you from growth. That dignity of knowing you can still care for yourself radiates into every other area of your life. Here's what you're going to do. Pick one tiny ritual. Just one. Make it so easy you'd be embarrassed to skip it. Drink water. Stretch for 2 minutes. Step outside. Do it every day for the next month. Don't add more. Don't complicate it. Just build that one foundation of consistency and watch how it changes not just your health, but your belief in yourself. You see, most advice tells you to add things. Add exercise, add vegetables, add social activities, add mental stimulation. And while those things matter, they miss the deeper truth. What shortens life isn't just the absence of good habits. It's the presence of energy drains. You never address the toxic relationship. You keep tolerating the obligation. You keep fulfilling out of guilt, the worry you keep rehearsing, the clutter you keep walking past. the resentment you keep swallowing. These invisible drains leak your life force daily. They exhaust you in ways no amount of healthy eating can compensate for. So before you add one more thing to your routine, ask yourself what you need to remove. What relationship needs a boundary? What commitment needs to end? What worry needs to be released? What possession needs to be donated? What grudge needs to be let go? I had a woman tell me once that she spent 20 years helping a friend who was never kind to her. She kept visiting, she kept calling, she felt obligated, but it drained her. When she finally stepped back, when she finally set a boundary, her energy came back, her health improved, her mood lifted. The seniors who live longest and happiest aren't the most disciplined. They're the most protective of what truly matters. They've learned to say no. They've learned to simplify. They've learned that peace isn't a luxury, it's medicine. And sometimes the most powerful health choice you can make is deciding what you no longer willing to carry. Closing and call to action, you don't need to reinvent your life at this age. You just need steady care for what matters now. These 5 truths, listen to them again. Your body signals are your guide. You don't need permission to slow down. Connection matters more than activity. Your mind needs rest as much as your body. Small daily rituals create lasting health. Choose one truth from today and honor it gently this week. That's how life stays meaningful. If this resonates with you, like this video. It helps this reach other seniors who might need it. And I'd love to know, what's been the hardest part of aging well for you? Share it in the comments below. I read every single one. Your experience matters, and sharing it might be exactly what another senior needs to hear today. We're all navigating this stage together, and your wisdom helps build a community where aging is met with dignity, not fear. Remember, aging well isn't about perfection. It's not about doing everything right or never struggling. It's about showing up for yourself with compassion, protecting what gives you peace, and trusting that small, consistent actions create lasting change. You've lived long enough to know what truly matters. You've earned the wisdom to distinguish between what drains you and what sustains you, and you have permission to live accordingly. No one else gets to define what aging well looks like for you. That's your choice, your pace, your priorities. So take what resonates from this video, leave what doesn't, and trust yourself to know the difference. You've made it this far by listening to your own wisdom. Keep doing that. And if you ever need a reminder that you're not alone in this journey, come back here. This channel will be waiting. We'll keep exploring what it means to age with strength, dignity, and peace, one truth at a time. If you want more calm, trustworthy guidance for aging well, please subscribe to this channel. This is for older adults who want to stay strong, clear, and at peace without pressure or fear. Thank you for spending this time with me. I'll see you in the next video.